exiles, barbarians, pirates, and raiders, I guess. Anyway, this is Artist Poet, and I am here with a new character on a new server, and want to come up with a different name. I've used Hako, Archides, Gunner. Uh, there's been a couple of other NPC names that I've chosen from campaigns in Dungeons and Dragons that I've ran and written, and I'm just kind of thinking about what to name a character. So how name a character? How to name a character in any RPG? It's difficult. Some people do a variation of their actual real world name. Some people like to go ahead and name themselves after their pet, which Shadow is kind of fine, but I think Monkey Moonshine Tornado would probably be a bit over the top. By the way, that last guy was he was a rescue that we tried to integrate, and he was not having it. He was not having it. We had to give him back to the fosters. So they found a place for him. They found out that he was one of those kinds of cats that just really wanted one other cat to hang with and didn't want to have anything really to do with humans. So I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, and there's people like that. They just want one other human to hang with and don't want to be bothered by anybody else. But anyway, so yeah, no Monkey Moonshine Tornado, no Shadow, no Tinkerbell, no Nikki. So not my pets, not any pets that I've ever owned throughout my many decades. Name. Okay, so what is this character gonna do? What is he on about? Okay, he's disobedience of a priest. He swindled a baron, and he's fixing gladiatorial matches. He could be Sammy the Shifty, or he could be see who was disobedience, who disobeyed a bunch of priests. Martin Luther went against the church. Let's check it out. Let's go to Google. So this is a tool you can do. If you get like a little character synopsis like this, now these are crimes this character may or may not have committed. So now it's a new life for him in the deserts of the exile lands. So we're going to say that he's going to own his issue just as way as Tyrion. I think it was not Tywin. Tywin Lannister was the asshole dad. Tyrion Lannister said, "You need to. People are going to mock you and jeer you for what you are. You need to wear it like armor." So, taking the line out of Game of Thrones, which was a pretty good show. I wasn't all that impressed with the books, to be honest. We're going to go ahead and own this placard here. So we're going to go to Google. First thing we're going to do is we're going to say. Oops, we're going to say nothing because Google's recording me right now. Okay, we're going to go to Google. Okay. Individuals who have gone against the church throughout history. This is the third thing that college taught me how to do pretty darn well, if I must say so myself. Yes, I am a college-educated individual. First thing that college does is teach you how to be patient and persistent, because they kind of go hand in hand. The next thing college teaches you what to do is how to network, because that's what you do in college. You use college to network with people in your field and outside of your field or related to your field. Anybody you sense that would be of a help to you in your endeavors in your career, and you offer yourself as help as also. It's all about setting up the favor exchange. So, yeah. And the third thing that what you think was, oh my God, college really shouldn't be about this, is how to research, because that is all you do in college. All you do in college is research. Everything about going to university or community college or state college, it's all about researching. And believe it or not, that's true too, because you have to have the persations. The persations? Persations. That actually might be a cool name. Persations. Let's try this out. Patience. Okay, so patience is this. And persistence is that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick out that kick out that P, kick out the other E. Let's try this here. We're going to kick out the A. We're going to kick out the T because that's just persistence. I like this. Pious. Pious? Oh, seriously. No, that's Piesursistence. Okay, so I think that's pies. So let's say pious. Pious. We have to be all one letter. I don't think we can have spaces in our names. Actually, maybe we can. Let's see. I can confirm that. Let's try that. See if, oh yeah, we can. Okay, cool. All right, so back to the edit. Okay, so pious is kind of enough. This down. Pious Stan. Criticism of the church in Wikipedia. I just want a list of names of people. Okay, so now this is that yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't want to go by. Let's say the pious. So something the pious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna clear this out. Let's try this one. Let's go. List of names of people who rebelled against the church. Oh, we got.
Celebrities frequently mentioned on the
No.
list include Donald Trump.
No, 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 not that. I don't want politicians. Google's failing me. I'm gonna go use Quick Quack or whatever it's called. Oh, 1 second. I got some studio materials laying around the desktop. All right. Names of. Now, if I went with the whole gaming fantasy world, I could go with something straight out of one of my favorite, well, actually, my favorite fantasy setting, Warhammer 40,000, which is not really a fantasy. It's supposed to be sci-fi, but it really is a fantasy setting. Horus Libertae was the one who rebelled against the church, which was technically the Empire of Man, the Emperor specifically. So even though the Emperor, I know Nerd Rage, even though the Emperor was a purely secular individual and basically did all he could to remove religion from imperial doctrine and government, we did eventually, as the human race, start to deify him and call him the God Emperor after his sacrifice in destroying the Horus Heresy and supposedly stopping chaos for that time, but it really. Because now we still have Chaos Marines. Alright, list of people excommunicated by the church. Oh, this might be kind of fun. What was the list of complaints against the church called? Who rebelled against the Catholic Church? Here we go. Martin Luther, who's the big one. He's the big man who did that. German scholar. Wittenberg was the name of the church town. Let's see. The most popular excommunication these days is for things like abortion, which carries an automatic excommunication. The last formal excommunication known of are Martin Luther and Elizabeth I. Okay, so excommunicating from the church. Basically, you're so sinned that you can't even get redemption from the church, which is BS because according to the Bible, the church there's no power attributed to the church in this way. Forgiveness is in yourself and in the Lord. I studied a lot of world religions, just more like a surface kind of dive, and then on a couple of occasions have done deeper dives, again, because of the whole college thing in my research. Now, curiously enough, this did not happen because of political science or sociology or anthropology or any other type of dedicated, study structure. It was really because, as an artist, and one semester we were studying historical iconography. which is basically artwork done for religious propaganda purposes. And I went ahead on a deep dive and just fell into this rabbit hole about all these different world religions. And I wanted to make an icon. I wanted to make a triptych, which is 3 panels, depicting all the so-called major world religions, and then organize it like you would in a Chinese painting, in a Chinese dynasty style painting, where you have the most important things on the top, gradually moving downward towards the bottom of the mountain, and put it all basically on a couple of on a few mountains. So you had the monotheistic. I had 3 actually. That's why I designed the triptych as. I did 1 panel as all the monotheistic faiths. Then I did one as the polytheistic faiths, and then the 3rd one I did as the ones who are, they believe in a higher divine power, but it is an undefined source. So I guess that's agnostic. I left it kind of unnamed, and on purpose too. And it was just basically, it only went as far as an actual notebook sketch. I didn't really put it to canvas because the whole process of that semester was about using other fields of research and education as inspiration for your artwork. That was basically all it was, and it was one of the handful of written exercises we actually did. That was actually really a lot of fun, and I think as artists, you need to take that time to do that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to break off here for a minute. Okay, we're back. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, we've been 13 minutes and still can't find a name! Fortunately, this game is so cool. Normally, if I was doing this in Elder Scrolls, it would fucking rotate me off to the titles. But it also, there was a... also, if I was doing this in Destiny, it would rotate me. We don't get to pick character names in Destiny. You are your gamer tag in Destiny, which I think is kind of shallow. Oh, quick thing. So everything you check on your character, other than the race and the height, means absolutely diddly in the game. You don't have to worry about anything else, but the not the race, the religion. The religion right here does I mean, obviously people who play Conan Exiles know this, but each of these religions do offer you a certain benefit early game if you make their shrines, except for Crom, of course. If you want to be a complete badass and hardline the whole thing, you choose Crom. But you do get XP for learning the religions, and you do complete challenges for it. As far as that, and then we go to body features, I always choose the smallest frame if possible. And I'm going to tell you why this is. There are some niches and gaps in the game that are not exploits. They're not map glitches. They're not exploits, but there are body vaulting. And what you do in Body Vault is that you pour all your stats into encumbrance, or you wear encumbrance buffed armor, uh, or you just basically over encumber yourself and you climb into a little spot that nobody can find you in, or without looking for those spots. And it's the cool thing is that while there are maybe a dozen meta base spots on the map, and there's at least 3 dozen camping spots on the map that are close to resources and so forth and so on, there are so far I've there are too many. There are a lot. There is at least 5 times. There's at least 60 different spots on the map where you can put your character that nobody can get to. You can't even bomb it. You can gas it. Yes, you can gas it. And if you're clever, you could probably shoot a poison arrow in there, or a gas arrow in there. So you can gas it, but as far as attacking the person with an arrow, yeah, you could probably do that. But you'd have to be really clever with the angle in order to get it down in there. It's difficult as fuck to do, and most times they don't even find you. But you can't get into those if you build. There's a lot of people like to do the whole. If you're doing the whole fantasy thing, you're gonna make this humongous stalking type, monster. But go this actually, you could also bedroll right in the middle of a shrub. Seriously, so in a PvP scenario like I'm playing now, having a smaller character is beneficial because you can hide that character in places, and especially if you're playing as a solo player. You don't really want to build a large, stable fortress or anything like that because it just puts a target on your head. But anyway, so back to this. Names! Okay, so as far as church rebellions are concerned, whatever. Let's see. Let's find out. Okay. Latin for disobedience.
Here is your translation.
You're not going to pronounce it for me? Coward. Defeated, okay. Words similar to heretic.
Here are some synonyms for heretic: dissident, dissenter, nonconformist, unorthodox thinker, heterodox thinker.
I like the apostate, iconoclast, schismatic, skeptic. So Pius the Skeptic. Okay, whatever. Let's try it out. Let's see if someone's used this. Pius the Skeptic. Pope Pius the 10th. Well, I should have remembered that. 1903 to his death in 1914. Huh. Apparently this guy's got some good stuff going on. Might be nice. Could just go as Pope. That'd be heretical. Heretical. That'd be that'd be heretical to start with. No. Okay, we have a minor problem over here with the power cables are all getting tangled up. It can't. Oh, I don't like it. Okay, there we go. So, fussing of stuff around here. Alright, so Pope Pius X. Pope shenanigans. Most known for... Oh my God, he's a saint in the church, and I didn't even know that. I mean, that'll let you know just how much I pay attention to my own faith. Wow, that's kind of cool. So, dude was pretty hardline. not really hardline. But he leaned into the whole idea of establishing a canon for the church and making our de- determining the mythology of it, or as it were. You could probably say he was kind of like the George Lucas of the Catholic faith in that sense that he redefined uh, the uh, the perspectives of legends and mythologies and other things regarding to that ancient history of the Catholic Church. So, not going to go with pious. I don't think that's really going to be. I want something better. Let's see. Let's see. What? So swindling a baron and fixing gladiatorial fights. That's going to probably put this character in the light of a scoundrel. Uh, let's see. Somebody who was big into swindling and fixing fights. Persons accused of fight fixing and swindling. Pathological liars. Wow, this is going to be something that probably should have done offline outside of this because I cannot think of anything. I can't think of. Well, yeah, it's not bringing up. It's bringing up only people from the last like 5 or 10 years, so it's not really something I want. I want something more. Okay, names that convey a sense of scoundrels. Scoundrels. Okay. Um, Scoundrel sounding names. Okay, here we go. That's not bad. We could do this in an open tab. It brought up names that have a mischievous sound to them. Which, be careful, parents. Don't name your kids like this because I do really believe that people are their names uh, when they as they grow up. It's not. I think it's more of a nurture kind of thing, not really a nature kind of thing. Because I think in people's natures are what they're going to be. Because you can actually determine your own nature. There are some elements that are like your core that you kind of go with, but over time, I think a person can actually change their ways. And this isn't just some old dude hoping for redemption because I don't have many regrets in my life. No. Oh, really? Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, there's some tropic ones here. I'm not reading them all off because that's just like I don't think you guys really want. Flynn is kind of nice. That's kind of fun because Kevin Flynn, being one of my cinematic heroes from the Tron story, uh, Sam Flynn is kind of like his son. Well, not kind of like is his son in the story. Sam doesn't really. I don't know. Sam doesn't just Sam, just kind of like drops right there. Whereas Flynn has kind of a nice ride on it. Uh, there's Wolf, not really. I like Wilder because of Gene Wilder. That's kind of nice. Gene Wilder always seemed a little bit like a. Oh, here we go. Famous comedians. Let's try that because they poke fun.
Comedians frequently mentioned on the web include Chris Rock, Louis C.K., George Carlin, and others.
I'm sorry, Dave Chappelle. You're now considered others, along with Jerry Seinfeld and Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Bill Burr. Don't care about Bill Burr. Sorry. Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Kevin Hart. Rodney Dangerfield. There's a classic. Let's see. Jim Carrey, Jon Stewart, Bill, Jim. Most of all these comedians have one syllable names, and I think that's mostly marketing because uh, they're trying to make sure that the name is memorable. Let's see, what's some oldies? Some good old classics, like the guys who did the Red Fox. Red. That's it. Your name is Red. You're Red. Just Red. I just like Red. Red is good. I don't know. Red? Red. Say the name a lot. If you can listen to the name being said to you tons of times, then just, yeah. Red. No, I can't even say it. No, it's not going to work. It would be nice honorific, but not going to work. Bob Hope. Yeah. No. Let's see. Actually, let's see. What's a nice? Nice sounding. I don't know. Gunner Red actually might be workable. Let's do Gunner. Let's just put in Gunner. We'll spell it the way my ESO character is. There. Gunner Red, the Hyborian. The other thing is that I'm actually trying to think about. I'm artist poet right now on PlayStation 4, and it is really basic. I don't really need to be anything but artist poet. But I think, having artist poet as the epithet to all my characters that I play on PlayStation or other games would be kind of nice, because it's Gunner Red, artist poet. He's an artist and a poet who disobeyed a priest, swindled a baron, and then fixed gladiatorial matches in order to pay off his debts and his incarceration. But it failed, and he ended up being strung to a corpse tree. And now, we start our game.
During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was transported.
Now, I'm not sure. You guys are on a table
mic,
mic, so you're probably picking this up with parallax. I apologize.
Left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes.
Thirsty, dead man? Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines. Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead man. This land does not love men. You are marked. Cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live. Love. Burn with life. Slay and survive. We will meet again, dead man.
Okay, first of all, I just want to point out a couple of things. Opening cinematics to a game are really important for me. Now, that is because I'm a narrative geek. I consume narrative like crazy sad fad. And I really like the idea that they picked a character and they picked a voice actor who got the cadence of a character like Conan the Cimmerian. If you listen carefully to the way, a lot of times voice acting, not to totally diss those who do, because I don't, but a lot of times in voice acting, you get an actor, a performer, that just basically Tommy guns out the lines, just a straight drone. Have you ever listened to like amateur YouTube dramas? The ones that they use Minecraft as their stage kind of situation, where you have someone who's just basically reading off the script, literally reading off the script. Let me grab something here. An open world survival game set in the savage lands of Conan the Barbarian. They read just like that. Okay, and oh, you're here. I didn't know that you were standing there when I came into the room. I'm so sorry I said those things about you. It's okay. I understand. You get that. And it doesn't sound natural because that's not how a human being talks. People take breaths in their dialogue. People pause when they're trying to find the next set of words. People have fillers like ums and ahs, which they recommend that if you're doing any kind of public speaking, which, voice acting as a performer is public speaking. You want to be able to have it entertaining and hear well. You want it to have a texture that is memorable or indicative of the idiosyncratic of the character that you're trying to portray. So when you listen to Conan talking to your character, he doesn't actually, he's not rattling off instructions. He's making observations. He's making, a statement here or there that regards to, having to deal with your current situation. Which right now I am just doing all the things while I talk. So the performer, who is Matthew Watterson, by the way. Matthew Watterson, you can find him out. Well, go check him out on I guess it's an IMDb. Yeah, it's IMDb. It says Matthew Watterson was the voice actor for Conan. Anyway, if you listen to the way the lines in Conan are delivered, he puts them in certain groups. There's conversation that is allowed you pauses to soak in what they just said, like you civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spine. There's very simple ideas there that are grouped, and it sounds dramatic, but it also sounds conversational. It sounds natural, and it's hard to find good voice acting in video games because anybody who's played Metal Gear Solid, or pretty much anything from Konami, and even some of the Final Fantasy stuff when it was dubbed over back when it was translated into English, it's clear that it's not translated by English speaking native English speakers, not until like later titles, and then you got like an all-star cast doing your performance. But yeah, I think one of the things that I like the most about Conan Exiles is that the NPC dialogue is very cinematic. It's very cinematic in that, and it's very theatrical, but not like the oh, I have been shot kind of way. It's listen to this.
I am beaten, left to rot among the ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun over the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
So yeah. Whoops, hold a second. So, what was I saying here? Oh yeah. So when you look at listen to that dialogue, it runs in small groups, and the pausing. Okay, anybody who's taken public speaking or speech classes for school, whatever, they talk about delivering your lines in digestible segments, chunks. When you eat a sandwich, hopefully you're not power fisting the whole thing right into your face. You're taking bites. You're taking time to chew them. You're taking time to taste the sandwich and explore the textures and enjoy the aromas and basically eat, but at the same time be entertained, which is what fine dining is all about. And yes, a PB&J can be fine dining if you approach it that way, because it's not just on the chef to turn a sandwich into an experience. It's on the consumer as well to do that. If you're tilted in a rush and you're just grabbing something to smash into your face, get moving because you need calories and a hole filled in your stomach, then yeah, okay, Hot Pocket is going to probably do you pretty good. But you don't need to microwave that Hot Pocket. You don't need to just slob it all over the place and go for it. You can actually enjoy a Hot Pocket like an actual meal. I can't believe I just said that. That's more cringe than I can handle right now. I'm sorry guys. You can totally unfollow me now if you want. Hi! There's my buddy. This lets me know that I've gotten close enough to the lands that I have to be worried now. If there's a sandstorm, I'll get shredded. But yet, when something actually on the river, it doesn't happen that way. Alright, listen to this guy.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces.
Longest sentence.
There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Okay, let's go ahead and notch these down. And we're going to start making some stuff. Gotta wait for the inventory to catch up. Probably what? I can make 10. Let's do 20. Let's do 20. Let's get some clothes. Making some tools. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm making tools. I'm Megacentils. So if you listen to that, now here's a good little trick that a English professor and also an English instructor and a theater instructor shared with me. All three of these different teachers. When you are thinking about writing dialogue for performance, in other words, it's not something you're just going to read. But even if you are going to read it, but not read it aloud, try to write your sentences. Try not to put too many words. That you can actually get a sentence out in a single breath. When you are doing stage performance, which I have done, obviously at the academic level, not actually any amateur or professional level, it's very important to have as much air behind your words as possible so that you can project to the back of the crowd and they can understand you. And not just hear you, but understand you. I have been at so many so-called professional performances where at least 2 or 3 of the actors, they have great volume. You can hear them, just not very clearly. They aren't moving the words out with their mouth or delivering them with their from their diaphragm. They are just making noise. And there's an old saying in performance art that, and I'm talking like being a musician, being an actor, being even a public speaker, that if you are not very skilled, then you should be very loud. And that is a lot what punk rock was often considered to be. Why am I attacking random shit? I should have auto-facing attack on. I like to use that. Okay, wow. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make up some stuffings. Use a torch. Make it the bedroll. And we're going to need to get to the river. The bedroll. The bedroll. Anyway, so like I said, the dialogue in this game is really kind of cool, honestly, in my opinion. As far as a gaming venue is concerned, as far as basically ignorable NPC dialogue is concerned, I know a lot of times people get into a game like this and like just grind up to end cap and start raiding and killing and everything like that. But if you can dive into this game as a narrative game, you can actually, there is a campaign in here that you can follow along. And yes, it is like so many other games of its era, only by way of lore tabs and interactables. But it's presented to you in such a way where you don't have to sit there and statically read it through. You get a voice behind it. You get a sense of the character behind the lore. You don't just have to make it up in your head, because the voice in which you read with is almost predominantly going to be your own, or it's going to be a derivative of something else. Oh, I do hope they did not. Did they close off that whole island? That's kind of sad. That's okay. We're alright with that. Alright, let's make them some weapons. I'm gonna need some mats. Some feats here. Here we go to fees. Want that too, and that. That. Alright, here we go. So we are going to make a repair hammer. We're going to make a shield. And we're going to make a javelin. Or stone spear, sorry. And we're going to make ourselves a throwing axe. No. We're going to make ourselves a club. Well, we're going to make ourselves daggers and a club. Let's make a couple of these since we can. And then we're going to do stone sword, but we're going to need more stuff. Okay, so why a repair hammer? Well, duh, playing PvP. I need to find out. Well, there's a door there. But let's say I found a structure and these guys didn't want to put a door on it. I could actually. 40, 21. Repair hammer for 3 reasons. 1, find out who it belongs to. 2, see if they're still actively engaging in it. And 3, have they been recently under attack? Because, see, they have been recently under attack. That's too far up to be. That's too far up to actually be a purge. Unless purges are flying now. So there you go. Repair hammer. Combat tip for the day. Now it's just about goofing off. The other thing that I like the most about this game is the music. Now I do have the music subdued because hearing the combat music roll around just for anything is just after a time kind of annoying. Oh yeah, out of branches. There we go. So typically I head towards the jungle, scrounge some coin, make it like a okay. How am I over encumbered and yet have nothing to show for it? Because Hako, you are a silly boy. I used to call myself Hako. Damn it, I'm still calling myself Hako. I guess I'm still Hako. Oh well. We'll put this away. Alright. Next thing up is going to be evil turtles. Oh, what to go for encumbrance? Okay, I guess we'll just put it in some encumbrance here. Alright, so encumbrance, and we'll do some grit. We'll just kind of balance the two of them right there. And we'll put the raw point in strength. There we go. Now we can do some fun. Hey. 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 Alright, then you target the head. Jeez. Okay, that looked wrong. Anyway. So I got that going on. Oh, no, we still have to get some stones. Do you even have the stones to do it? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make that, and I should have enough left over. No, I don't. What am I attacking? Okay. So I do have auto attack on. That's not problematic. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the shooting thing. Enjoy. Let's see. I want the skinning knife because that's going to be a thing. And we're going to go for the iron. Let's see. And I put a bedroll down still. Yep, cool. I love that. It's just like that is so cool. The spear and the javelin are just freaking boss, dude. Just freaking boss. Gotta get set yourself up with that. That is the thing. It is the way. Let's see, we made ourselves a campfire, so we're gonna go get that started. Get my spear back. And I haven't checked the player list once yet, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. Whoa, a little bit of lag, that's what's happening here. So let's check the player list now. Now I am the one and only on this. Well, they were on a couple hours ago, so. How to make friends and influence people in Twin Exiles PvP mode. Start building a massive camp right next to a boss space like this. Oh man, they're all the way up there too. Jeez. Well, that's definitely defensible. When I go pick a new server, when I feel like playing a new server, first thing I do, and I'll show you that in a second, actually, because I'm going to probably go find a spot for my character to... I'll actually, how about let's do some bleeds. Let's see what we can do here. Whoa, I am so not in the mood for this today. Alright, now it's a problem. God damn, that bleed is just taking forever. Yeah, that is just tragic. Okay. Not very civilized, but I need a few of those. I don't need any of this. I do want this, and I want this. Don't need that. No, we're not worrying about this right now. Or the seeds. There we go. Back to our campfire. Let's get some food. I'm gonna drop that because this is basically trash. Let me think. Let's see. Let's make a sword. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna need some twine. Look at all that twine I built. There we go. Excellent. Alright, leave your food in the cooker if you can, because it will last longer. Look at this, it's got 31 minutes on it. If I put it on my bar, it immediately drops a couple minutes. You don't want that. If you're just going to be hanging out, you might as well go ahead and leave the food in the pot, because it'll last longer. I want this guy on my bar though, because I ate raw food. Did I not? I did not cook it. Look at your shit, dude. Seriously. That's okay. Let's get some attributes. So we can that encumbrance, that grit, that dude there. Then we want to go here and here. I'm gonna grab that one too. And we go here, here, and here. Sometimes it doesn't connect it, so that's okay. Alright. Now, let's see. Still poisoned. Alright. Not too crazy about the sword action, but we're gonna go for it because it's cripple times. I can do that with the Japanese. Actually, we're trying to get ahead, so let's do this. That didn't happen. More attributes. That's good enough for now. Probably asking yourself, why are you going for this? Why are you doing all that? Well, there's a reason. I always have a reason. I like to keep the tree over my camp. Forever. I think I need 220 wood in order to make my shrine. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can venerate the gods. Where is it? Oh, I misinterpreted that. Build at all places. Well, at least I can make a box. Cool. Make it a box. Okay, we're gonna not use a sword anymore. Swords are garbage. Keep in the club. Yeah. Okay, so next things first. Go ahead and set all this in here. Alright, so I need more stone. I love grinding for stone. I've played this so many times, but you know, I very rarely use the shrines in the game. Very, very rarely. Unless I can find a sweet spot that is like, no one's going to mess with it, I can build there and basically have at it. But for the most part, yeah, I pretty much don't even bother with them. I thought I had an armorer's table. Yeah, I should have it. Cooking. Am I just out of points? Oh, I didn't collect that. I thought I did. you're probably thinking to yourself, "Well, gee, do you really want to put it that close to somebody's claim? Why not? What are they gonna do? Bomb it? Give them something to do? Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I want to be near an NPC camp. I know there's a bunch of guys back that way. You know, yeah, let's go for it. Let's see. Encumbered. Pick that up. Pick that up. Pick that up too. Actually, I don't need to pick that up. Let's flip that. So I've got more bedrolls. So we're going to put that there for now. Alright, here we go, into the water. I want to get up there to Nunu the Cannibal, start picking up some religions. First, we're going to pull up our health. That's good. Oh wow, they built all over the place. The new river is theirs for damn sure. Well, damn. Let's see, what don't I need? I don't need that. I don't really need those guys anymore. I don't want that or that. Pretty much everything else here I am using. Let's go ahead and make some more twine. Let's see, how far am I away from making a fish trap? Not too far. Gee. That is massive. This is what I call a sprawl. These might actually be the only players on the entire server too. So look at all that. Just completely destroyed the aquifer. Teasing. As soon as you break it, it's all gonna come apart. It'll just, you know, reflood. By the way, if you crouch, I don't know if you actually go faster. Kind of feels like you do. This is all definitely in response to trebuchets. Yeah. So they were on last night at least. Sometime yesterday. 360 something is when the decay timer starts. Although they said they doubled it, so if I have that, that's 150 hours left, which means they have not in 150 hours, which means this could be 2 weeks old. Is that right? Yeah, so about a week old. So we've got a week left on this. In real time, they haven't been on in almost a week because it's double the decay timers, which means that however many hours they will last on is actually half that. That's actually how many hours they will last on. So normally this would be at 336 hours, I think is what it is. 2 weeks, 14 days. But it's registering at 330 or something like that, which means that they were on about a week ago. Not bad. Since I'm encumbered in using the waterways to travel, Miles will go ahead and gather some more stone, make some more things. Just farm the riverbed. I once spent a whole week with a new character just in the water, coming to shore just to like get some food. Living mostly off of insects from the grasses and making gruel. And that was actually a pretty cool little challenge. It is actually very doable, obviously, on the new river. But man, he was so encumbered. Oh my lord! I was like, I had gathered so much material and was building so many foundations and things like that. By the time I was done, I was able to make a pretty good sized tower. It was kind of fun. So like right now, I can go drop back in the water. It used to be that it was almost impossible to kill your character if he was a floater. But now they've made things like spears, bows, stuff like that, and it becomes much easier to basically destroy your character. So we're going to make an armorer's bench next. So we get back in the water. Get back in the water. Never get out of the boat. Never get out of the boat. Name that movie. Bet you can. No fair cheating. Now, I'm going to be playing for just a little bit longer. I will probably sign off in about an hour. Too close to the shellbacks. Most times these guys are pretty passive. except for when that shit happens. Aggro to me or not. Try to get some good here. Carpet. Gonna need to get the move on. They were able to kill it. That's a good thing. I don't know if I'll stay on this server. I mean, it looks pretty sprawled. I mean, it's no offense, but I kind of don't really want to do that. I don't want to be on a map that's like completely just crowded. This looks like it was a solo player. Hours left. They probably got tired of this brawl too. So there is another solo or clanless on the game. Wow, more build up. Jeez. This isn't the same spot, is it? No? No. Is it? comes the sandstorm. Flipping cities. Okay, well, I can get stone out of the bottom of the river, can't I? Still. Is that gonna be a problem to me? I hope not. That was pretty close. I almost got myself killed. I like the Catan table because you can make these really cool lanterns you don't need iron or anything for. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make myself a couple of these torches too. Let's see. Attributes wise. Feats. Let's go to feats. Let's go to weapon feats. Let's take a look at the skirmisher. We can get it now. This is the best. This right here. Best starting game javelin, spear, whatever you want to call it. Super nice. It doesn't do any debuffs except for a cripple if you throw it. But it is pretty solid. What happened to my crafting? Okay. Looks like it stopped. There we go. Do that. And we'll do that. Somehow or another, it stopped my crafting. I don't know why. We're going to head up over here to the Sentinels, talk to the gentleman there to get the achievement to speak to someone. And then I'm going to continue down the river towards Narrow Neck Span for the Scout and Afari camp. And then I think once I get near the jungle area, if it's not too overbuilt, it doesn't look like there's people, you know, setting up workshops and wheels out there, I will probably go ahead, staying in the water, set up a small camp shelter so that I can then log out for the rest of the morning and be back later on to see what this character is up to. So this should be fun.
Another new one, eh? In the beginning, there were only a few of us. But now, it seems like fresh-faced fools are showing up every week. Not all of them are as friendly as I am, mind you. Watch your step. There are a lot of desperate people out there.
I know I said I was going to go talk to Nunu, but I think I'm going to wait till after I have my character up a bit more levels. And then I'll head back towards the dregs, pick up that Yogg religion, and then go and hit the Abyssal Remnant now that they fixed it. So go ahead and get it. Get that achievement, get that boss key. Don't you get a boss key, but you get some good loot from it. It's worth it. Alright, there's narrow and expand. We're almost there. On the other side of that would be a couple more islands. There are some pretty good spots around here to build for like an initial camp. You get puffball mushrooms right there, which are great to turn into poison spheres once you get yourself an alchemist. So, yeah, I think my first plan is going to be to head out towards the bay and the Dagon's Embrace, and basically just kind of pillage the chests out there for gold coins, and then buy myself that alchemist and start making more aloe potions and things. not really going to intend on raiding anybody, but I might get myself involved in a war if there is one here. I might go ahead and hire myself out. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to get this discovery point, and then I'm going to come back to about right here. There we go. Now we're going to scout in Exiles camp. There we go. Perfect. All right. So now this is what I'm doing. This is cool. Check this out. Here, hold on a second. Hold my bear. All right. So we're going to raise this up about right there. Okay. I want about right there. Get up here. And that's good, right about there. Yeah, okay, so that's perfect. Next thing we do is we take this and we make a platform like so. Then you grab your blocks, foundation blocks. Stamina. She can't climb out of the water, which is good because we don't want people climbing out of the water. Basically, you build like this, and what happens is that if they're going to try to tear it down, it's going to have to be either a trebuchet, a god, which is unlikely, unless they're lousy in temples, or just really that spiteful. Oh, it's okay. I always bring it extras just because. Alright, there we go. And I want that the way that is, because we're going to keep that open. And then we're going to put up the walls. Now you'll notice I didn't build any door frame, because doors are half the HP that they used to be. So breaking through doors is super easy now. So if I want to keep myself from getting invaded while I'm offline, and I'll probably be offline this evening, then I'll want to make it so that I don't have to worry about doors. Right. I think I got it. That's right. Yeah. So far, nothing I've done is like, oh my god, you killed my character, I hate you, die, die, die. And then, rather than waste the time with putting a cap on here, because they don't really need to worry about that, I could put up fences. Now they can, like I said, if they have enough explosive arrows would be a way to breach this. And that's totally fine. Because I figured if they're going to put the effort in to breach it with arrows, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have an issue altogether. So, it's not going to be a problem for me. Alright, we're going to put this here, right about there. And then we're going to put the tanner. So I'm going to go straight up for some medium armor. We'll get some iron, of course. And then we're going to go ahead and do this. I think there's enough contact material there to... maybe not. Bummer. Okay. So we are going to have to put a foundation down. I could do a ceiling tile, but I think the foundation is going to be okay. I was hoping to put my chest in here, just to make sure that. Actually, you know, no, we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. Now, let's see if once I place it, then I should be able. Well, that's the problem. Is that if I place it and then pop it, that might disable this because it becomes unstable. But we're okay. Oh wait, I can do this. Because I'm going to need to put down a bedroll too. So a bedroll right here. And now, somebody told me that stripping reptile hide or stripping the hide down to basic hide nets you more tar. I did the math. It doesn't, and I don't need a lot of fucking leather because you're gonna get so much leather in this game. It's crazy. So yeah, you don't need all that leather. It's gonna be fine. All right, then we can put this guy right there. I'll leave this the way it is. Let's go ahead and make ourselves useful. I guess I could put a. If I pop this out. Well, I don't need to do that right now. Alright, so let's see. Cook up some ion. That's going to be all the wood that I have on me, which is not something I wanted to do. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this in here. Alright, so... Sandstone ramp? Nope. I want the fence. It looks like I'm just trying to upskirt my character here. There we go. I want to get to the fence. Can I get to the fence? Yes, okay, cool. So that's me getting in and out of my little treasure trove. Let's put it right here in the center of the Tootsie Pot. Why not? Right about there. So yeah, I guess, well, yeah, the Carpenter's Bench is such a big old beast. Like I said, my intention was to have this square here open so I can put my chest in there and also put down some fish traps, some booby traps. So we're definitely going to want our encumbrance up because I want that sure-footed because I'm going to be dealing with a bunch of hyenas soon and not wanting to deal with the crippling effects. So do I have access to fish traps right now? Yeah, see, that's what I want. Whatever. Actually, you know what? Let's try it out. Worst case scenario, I lose some stations. I can rebuild those. There we go, so it works. Yay! It's really touch and go. Depends on how far, how far you can get into things. Okay, and I'm going to make a couple other fish traps just because I've got the resources to do so. And now I can put my chest down in here, and it won't despawn. Make sure it's like slotted over as far into the corner as I can manage. That's going to be right there. Good. Lock it. Lock it. Click it. Do. Good. Alright. And then we can put a fish trap right there. I think. Can we put one right here? No? No, we don't need to worry about that anyway. Let's see. You should be able to access it from right above. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put all that in there. Let's grab this out, though. And I'm going to grab that out, though. And I'm going to grab one of these. Whoops. Okay, so now should be pretty secure. Let's go ahead and put my character. Whoops. Let's go ahead and lay my character down. Now, the reason why I do this is because you'd be surprised how many times I've come up on people's bases and their character's lower half is hanging out the wall because they just sign out any old place inside their walls and think they're going to be safe. And it's not, you know, it's not that I've actually murked anybody like that, but it kind of happens. Alright, player list. Yeah, still the Muffin dude. So I'm on 3744. It's a PvP North America official server. If you guys want to come out and play with me, I'm going to play in the mornings, which is Pacific time. So I'll probably be up like around 8 o'clock, probably play till, what is it, like 11 o'clock right now, so I'll probably play till like about 10. So about 2 hour session. We can start a clan, maybe go start a war, I don't know, we'll have some fun. Anyway, I want to show you guys real quick what I do when I go looking for a new server. I have just one simple trick, and I don't even pick first. I'm gonna back out here. Okay, so I press the square. No, I press play online, and then I press square to skip. I don't worry about any of those formats. Then I go up here to the filters, and I select all the officials. Leave that open for everything. I pick America because the closer the server is, the lower the ping. And then I just pick the lowest ping possible. And typically, it's the first one that shows up has actually got the fastest connection to it. So this one here, 3792. Let's click on that. Chances are I don't have an old character here. But this is what I used to do back in the winter of 2018 when the game slowed down drastically. I went looking for new servers to play, and that's what I did. And I found a lot of great little servers. They had just enough people on there to interact with, but yet not enough to like have ego flexing. So there wasn't any like massive wars. No character. So we can select out of this. But yeah, just to kind of share just a little goodie at the end of the video if you stayed along and watched this whole thing through. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something along the ways, like I'll rehearse a poetry or something like that. Read some poetry to you guys while I play, or maybe I'll just do like the so-called professional YouTubers, and actually come up with a script and do voiceovers and just record gameplay off camera. But I like the streaming aspect because it's live, it's interactive, it's spontaneous. I'm unprepared, unscripted. It's all fine. But anyway, I am signing off for the now, and you can go back and watch through the rest of the vid. I hope you guys have fun and enjoy the rest of your day.